Hey, we back with another crazy video, but yo, man, all I'm gonna say about this video, like before we get started, is y'all better watch who y'all hang out with. That's why I'm telling y'all, bruh. Those of y'all who've been watching me for a minute, y'all know I got great discernment. I already know if I'm gonna hang out with you from the first 5 minutes of me just being around you. I just know it. I know your vibe. Like I just can feel it. You ain't even gotta say nothing. I'm like, yeah, there's something wrong. I'm not hanging out with this person. You feel me? But this story. It's like that. You feel me? But hey, I'm also waiting on the person to make the beat. My Godfather beat, y'all already know. Hey, y'all go find somebody to make it, send it to me. You feel me? I'll send you $150. You got me? And you get free promotion for doing my intro. You feel me? But yeah, until y'all do that, we ain't gonna have no intro. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be trying to take money from me. They didn't care when I was small, but now when you get big, everybody try to take money from you. Like I'm rich or something. I am rich in spirit. You feel what I'm saying? But come on, man. But hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. Y'all go grab y'all water. I said water. Y'all go grab y'all water. Whatever it is y'all doing, y'all watch my videos. Come and rock with your boy, man. I got another good story for y'all. You feel what I'm saying? And to the dude who said my video's lame now, F you. You hear me? Let's get to the video.
Neighbor murdered my mom, and here's what happened. This is going to be broken down in a few parts. One of the main reasons is because my son is outside playing, and when he comes in the house, I don't want to talk about this about him because he doesn't know. So this took place when I was 15. My brother was 18, and I don't recall my mom's exact age. I would have to pull my calculator up to do the math, but she was young herself. We were moving from the west side of Fresno, and ironically, this is when Craigslist was really popping. And I'm the one that found the townhouses. Me being a young age, I had to have been 12 or 13 when I had found it, but whatever. So she found the town, I found the townhouse, she applied, and we moved in. Now everything was perfectly fine. I'm trying to recall exactly how they laid everything out on Fear Thy Neighbor. I only seen that once. I did not watch it again, and I watched it when it first aired, and I was so fucking mad. So I'm trying to make sure the timeline of
So
events
apparently,
add up.
there's a show called Fear Thy Neighbor. I don't know what it's on. It's on probably on Netflix or whatever. I don't know where it's at, but they tell the story about what this neighbor does to her mom, and apparently they took some stuff out or whatnot. So now you hearing it from the horse's mouth, her actual daughter, and I think she was actually in the documentary they did on her. So yeah, just give y'all a heads up of what Fear Thy Neighbor was she talking about.
From the show and actually what really happened. So a little stuff may be off timeline wise. So anyways, initially when we moved in, everything was perfectly fine. I remember vividly my mom introducing me to the wife, Laura, the one that started all this. We were in the backyard. It was in some townhouses. Townhouses are set up, if you know, it's a common wall and a common back patio gate. We were talking over the fence. So everybody introduced each other, blah, blah, blah. My mom was like, this is my daughter, Dejanay, da, da, da. I remember vividly, may the Lord strike me down right now. After that introduction, I told my mom, I said, it's something about this lady I do not like. Me being a kid, my mom was kind of like, girl, you tripping. I'm a minor,
Hey, you
right?
got to listen to the kids though, because younger. I'm not gonna pause it that much, but I gotta say this. But younger people, they have more pure spirit, so they can feel. You know what I'm saying? A bad spirited person a lot quicker than an adult. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, she should have listened to her daughter, point blank.
My mom was such just happy, go lucky, happy spirited, like she loved everybody type shit. So she kind of brushed what I said off. Again, as time went on, everything was perfectly fine. I remember vividly in Fear Thy Neighbor, again, they were trying to portray my mom to be some beggar, asking for money, asking for food, knocking on the door at 2 o'clock in the morning, asking it for seasoning salt and shit like that. That was lies. Again, that back patio gate, Laura, the lady, she did barbecue often, and she would offer us food, and vice versa. When my mom would cook, she would offer her food. Everything was mutual. There was no begging or My mom, just no begging. That was bullshit. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. That is total bullshit. My mom did work, you know, and after work, my mom would come home, make sure we were straight, and she did go over to her house, or they'll sit outside, or maybe Laura's coming over in our backyard. We go over there in her backyard. She'll go over there in her backyard, and they would drink and, you know, mingle with one another as neighbors do. Everything was fine. This went on for months. There was no issues, no confrontations, no anything. How my mom was, she was the go-getter. Like, she always tried her best to improve her life no matter what. She had told me, again, because me and my mom were so close, she had told me, you know, Dejanay, like, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to nursing school. I want to get my LVN license. I just want to do better. Her initial plan was to go back, finish school, and she actually wanted to move us out of Fresno. But of course, it's all baby steps. So when she had that conversation with me in sidebar, I was actually helping her with like one of the prereqs. It was a computer class that she wanted to do, and I was helping her with that. So she said that she wanted to stop hanging out, like that free time she would have when she would come home from work, and, you know, after cooking dinner and stuff like that. She wanted to use that to focus on school and her prereqs and stuff. So my mom slowly start dwelling back, and stopped all the not necessarily partying, but, you know, kicking it with the neighbors. She's stopping it. And as she slowly start becoming more reserved, the neighbor started turning weird.
Misery love company. I'm telling y'all, if you ain't on a certain level, if you trying to get to a certain level and you got a person next to you that ain't trying to go nowhere, that person gonna try their best to hold you back. That lady saw that this other lady was about to get her life together, and she did not like it. You feel what I'm saying?
Became like an obsessive weird, and I've spoken to people about this. My mom was so beautiful. When I find pictures, I'm gonna post her. She was so beautiful, always carried herself well and things like that. And everyone keeps saying that lady was just jealous of your mom's spirit. And now as I get older and I experience like weird stuff like that myself, it really is like a devil and an angel thing. Like, when people have that evil in them, they cannot stand being someone who has that bright light, or they want to be in that light to suck it, you know? So it first started with like little slick comments here and there and all that. Then it gradually went into something worse. Again, with us having that common wall, this lady would often blast her music 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when she know everyone's home and everyone's asleep. She would purposely put her speaker up against the wall so we can hear it. These walls are thin, so it doesn't take much. You can even be walking up and down the apartment and you can hear, you know, little muffles from the people talking next door. So imagine if you're hearing somebody blasting their music 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with the speaker purposely up against the wall. And I've had video footage of that, but it happened so long ago, I lost it. I don't know where it's at. Or she would even, as she's walking up the stairs in her apartment complex, she would beat on the wall. Like, you'll beat on the wall, she'll beat on the wall, blast her music and all that. And again, like I stated in Fear Thy Neighbor, when you picking on somebody, and I never once denied that, somebody, you know, it's often going to be retaliation. So when she started that shit, my mama was doing the same thing back. I'm not even going to lie about that, but she's the one that started it, you know? It went from that to her throwing garbage over the fence. We would come home, it's garbage all in our backyard, like food. It was just like a whole bunch of weird shit. I want to say that went on for months. And as I'm an adult now, I can really sit here and say the shit was just fucking petty. It was petty. Even as a kid, I was saying that shit was petty. Like, I didn't understand anybody grown. She was my mom's elder, where we act like that, and it was genuinely for no reason. She would even take it amongst herself. It was a neighbor across the way. She would go to her house, look through her window to stare at our apartment complex. Mind you, we're literally neighbors. It became obsessive to the point I can't even put it in words. Like, the lady just was obsessed with my mom for whatever reason. And I'm not saying that to be a victim. I'm saying that because it really is evil, crazy people out there. The police were called so many times. My mom did it just to keep that paper trail. When shit started getting really, really bad, like when she would pull guns out on us, she would yell, scream.
She pulled a gun on y'all.
Just she was fishing for a problem, and her boyfriend, the one that pulled the trigger, he even got involved a few times. And as crazy as it sounds, he wasn't the aggressive one. He was actually trying to diffuse a lot of the situation. She was starting a lot of issues when he was gone because he spent all day at work, and he'll come home late at night, and sometimes he'll walk in the middle of an argument or a fight or something, and he just would grab her up, like literally physically pick her up and take her in the house. And he would tell us sorry. It's like he knew she was messed up. I'm gonna continue the rest in part 2.
That lady, she had mental issues, guarantee. I wonder where she at now. I'm gonna have to look at the documentary.
Like I stated previously, this lady would pull guns out on us. Mind you, Fresno PD was informed of this from the first all the way into the last occasion, because this is a crazy ass woman that's pulling a gun out on a woman and her kids. She pulled a gun out a few times on me just by myself. Mind you, I'm a minor and stuff like that. My mom by herself and things like that. Fresno PD would claim that they searched the house. Like they'll come over here, they'll come over to our side, our complex, our apartment, whatever, get a statement, go over there, search the house, and never find anything. And I say that because the day that my mom was murdered and we were all shot, they found like 6 guns. I later found that out in court. Like there was several guns in that house, which I already figured it was because she would not just pull just the same gun, you know? They did get into, as I stated, Fear Thy Neighbor. And throughout this time, I told this story a umpteen billion times. They did get into physical altercations, verbal altercations, and things like that. But again, I just cannot wrap my head around how my mom wanting to fall back, you know, be more reserved, focus on school and work and stuff like that.
Hold up. So, did she say her mom and this lady got into physical altercations? And was they in a relationship? What it sound like to me? Was they messing around? I don't know, bro. Cause that's what that sound like. It sounded like they were messing around. Her mama wanted to fall back in the other lady. Like, nah, I'm
and her kids really struck a nerve for this lady. And the lady was so petty, again, because they once were cool. And how my mom, man, she's an open book. She's just like me. She's an open book. Well, I'm just like her, should I say. The lady went as far as the guy that my mom was dating at the time. She called up to his job to try to get him fired. She made up a lie and everything. And it's just like, damn, lady, like, what the hell's wrong with you? And just to briefly touch on Fear Thy Neighbor, because like I said, they totally spent everything out of narrative. And I stand on the fact, because she was more of the selling point, more animated and things like that, they ran with what she said and kind of threw me in there like but this could have happened. They didn't put in everything that I said. And when they ask you certain questions, if you've never been on a TV show, especially like a true crime, which I hope nobody ever goes on that, they would give you a question and they will make you respond a certain way. So if the lady asked me, oh, did she throw garbage? And if I respond with just a yes, we would have to do the takeover and say, oh, yes, she threw garbage. And in that show, like certain responses, they chopped up and put it with shit that I wasn't even responding to that. So if I'm giving a response to trash, they would like chop it up and make it seem like I was talking about something else when I was not talking about that. That's another thing that really, 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 really pissed me off to the core. Because as I watched it, I only watched it once.
I want to tell y'all stories. Come to me. I don't go to them other people. I got y'all. We can blow this up, and I ain't gonna do none of that to y'all. You feel me? Tell your story the way you want to tell it, and that's just that. We can make my channel that. You hear me?
I was just like, that wasn't even That wasn't even for that. Like, what's going on here? Eventually, my mom did get fed up. She was just like, you know what? I'm done. We all grew this apartment anyways. They were building brand new apartments on the other side of town. She said, we're just going to move over there. We were so close to leaving. We were 6 days away from our moving day. Like, when all this happened, our apartment was packed up. And I did not know, again, up until all this shit happened, they had got served with an eviction notice. So everybody was literally on their way out. Like I stated previously.
Okay. All right, let's keep listening because I want to know how. All right, yo, let's keep listening.
Okay, so part 3, I'm going to kind of just jump to the night before everything happened and then go forward from there, because you guys can kind of sense it was just a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, too much back and forth. And once we got our moving date, my mom really was just like, you know what, shit, you can have at it. Like, this is all you. And sidebar, just to weigh in on how bad things got, this lady attacked my mom. I don't know if you guys know, like back in the day how they had, I'm sure they still have them now, but those locks that go on the car steering wheel, the bar thing. She had ran up on my mom and like hit my mom with those. Like when I mean like it got really, 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 really bad, it got bad. And again, with my mom trying to just better her life and all that, she was just like, this is not worth it. It's getting way too much. Fresno PD wasn't doing anything, you know? We already had our move-in date. Again, when all this happened, it was 6 days. We were scheduled to move out or whatever. I do recall them getting into like a very heated argument like a day or two before this happened.
What are they arguing about? Like they fighting like I'm saying, like they in a relationship. Is this bro? That's the part we need to hear, because what are y'all arguing about? About what? You know what I'm saying?
Happening or whatever. The lady did her normal spew, she threw like hella garbage over our back patio and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. And just like I meant to in that documentary, I mean the show or whatever, documentary or whatever, my mom did, wrap toilet paper. It was actually me and my mom wrapped toilet paper around their car. I'm not denying that. Never once denied that. I didn't deny it in court. I did not deny it on the show or anything like that. But toilet paper compared to like all the garbage and shit that was in our backyard is kind of like whatever. Ironically, the day that everything happened, this was on a Wednesday, I want to say, because I was supposed to be at school. My brother was supposed to be at school. We had like early let out, so we were going to get home like around 12 o'clock. My mom was just like, you guys can stay home. So we wake up, we're walking to the store. I see the guy, he's at the door messing with his door or something like that. I don't know what he's doing. It looked like he was changing the locks. I don't know exactly what he was doing at all. But we proceeded to walk to the store. We're talking and stuff. And the last conversation I had with my mom was, again, like I said previously, about grandkids. She was the lady that loved the kids. And she's like, I can't wait, this and this and this, whatever. So as we're walking back, this lady just comes up, macing us. It wasn't even mace. It was like a cleaning mixture. And how the complexes are set up, it's hours in the back, and then you can walk through the driveway of another complex. So after walking up to head to our apartment, she's walking towards us and she just spraying stuff at us, and it smelled like it was bleach and like I know for a fact it was bleach in there and probably like Ajax and like some more. It was just like a whole bunch of cleaning stuff, and it was very, very, very strong. So I had some Powerades in my hand and I started throwing them at her. And my mom was just like, what are you doing? Like, the fuck? Like, I'm here with my daughter and stuff like that. My mom started yelling and cussing at her and stuff like
that. I'm going to tell y'all something, bro. First of all, like, I'm a grown man. I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I'm not putting toilet tissue on your car. You go. That's kid stuff. We grown, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you throwing Powerades? Like, if you know this person crazy, why are you going back and forth with a crazy person? That's like going back and forth with a child. You know what I'm saying? Now, condolences to her mother. Nobody like, trust me. But this back and forth, y'all should have been stopped that. You know what I'm saying? And got on quietly. But you enabling a crazy person to be more crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That or whatever. So she runs, and this is why I believe she should have been charged, and I believe it was premeditated, and I'm going to stand on that. As we're walking in the walkway, she had one of those portable camping eyes. You know how you can get like the stove eyes or whatever, the portable ones if you're out camping or whatever the case may be. She had it at the door with a boiling pot of hot water. She grabs the pot, runs, dump it on my mom, and started hitting my mom with the pot. At this time, it's not even clicking to me like what's going on. I'm just like, what is this? Hot water? Like the water was really, really hot, but I didn't really understand like what was happening until the pot fell. It takes a lot to dent a pot. This lady was hitting my mom in the head with the pot. And immediately when I seen the pot bent up on the ground, I jumped in. Cause you know, she has the one up on my mom. My mom just got doused with boiling hot water and hitting upside the head with a pot several times. Like, hell yeah, anybody in their right mind is gonna jump in and defend their mom. So then the boyfriend comes in, he pulls me off. I call my brother down because this is a man. My brother tries to grab the girlfriend off of my mom, and then I'm standing up trying to pull my mom away. The boyfriend punches me in the face. I fall to the ground. And if you know how adrenaline works, you don't feel anything. Like, I'm not even feeling him hit me. And this is a grown man hitting a 15-year-old girl. I did not feel anything. So my brother was just like, oh, so you're going to hit my sister? The boyfriend laughs and said, yeah. My brother tries to swing at him. He misses. Everybody slowly like scattered apart a little bit. Reaches into his jacket. He had one of those jackets that had a pocket in the inside. Reaches in there, says, fuck this shit. Literally, fuck this shit. He shot at my mom. Again, adrenaline, and it's not even clicking to me what's going on. He shot at my mom. I see my mom fall. He shot towards me, but when he's pointing the gun at me, I kind of turned my body at an angle like I wanted to run. He shot towards me. I fall, and then he starts shooting at my brother. My brother did not fall. So due to the fact he didn't see my brother fall, he ran up to my brother. I turned and seen him. He had the gun to my brother's head and was trying to pull the trigger. By the grace of God, the gun jammed. I'm on the ground crying. I'm looking. I just seen my mom with a whole bunch of blood. I bent down. I didn't see any like bullet wounds on my mom. I didn't even feel like I didn't even feel me getting hit with bullets. But I bent down. I gave my mom a kiss. I told her I love her. I tried knocking on my neighbor's door. She didn't answer. And then I ran to the driveway. How our driveway in the complex was set up, it's like 3 or 4 different areas you can park your car at. But like I said previously, my mom laced me with so much game. My mom always told me, if you ever get shot, do not run. You will die losing so much blood running. Just try your best to walk as fast, get out the way, but do not run because you'll lose a lot of blood. So in the midst of me like trying to run, I slowed down because it hit me like, do not run, do not run. Yeah, I don't want to die.
Because when your heart pump, it pumps out blood. So if your heart rate increased, now you're pumping out more blood. You know what I'm saying?
I sat in the middle. I tried to sit down. I jumped up because I felt uncomfortable. I later found out I got shot in my butt. My elbow, I got shot in my elbow, twice in my stomach, and in my butt. I had a family member stand.
No cap, that's the best place to get shot at in your ass because of all the meat and tissue. You know what I'm saying?
I remember standing in the back of us. He had came up running, asking what happened. And I was just like, he shot us. So he ran back over there to the scene where everything happened. My adrenaline was so high and I was like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't even realize I had got shot that many times up until I got to the hospital. But as they laid me on the stretcher, they lifted my shirt up. My brother was next to me, and my brother doesn't cry, but just looking at him cry, I knew it was bad. And then this is gonna piss me off. They went to get a stretcher for my mom, and then it was 2 EMTs talking. He was like, oh, we don't need a stretcher for the other one. The other one's gone. And I'm all like, my mom died. Like, I'm like, what are you saying? She gone. And I turned to my brother. I was like, mom's dead. Like, he just said mom's died and mom's gone. And my brother's like, don't say that, she's fine. But I know exactly what I heard. Like, why, like, and how he kind of said it was so, like, I get it, that's their job. They're not supposed to be emotional or anything like that. I'm not going to take that away from them. I understand that completely. But it was just like, she's gone. Like, don't even worry about the stretcher. So, yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. I want to take a pause right here because I feel myself, I'm not gonna cry. I feel myself getting a little too emotional, but yeah. Okay, so
Man,
part 3, I'm gonna kind of just
sad, bro. I'm surprised she told the story without crying. Like, she telling the whole story, but like, wow. Well, we got the last part coming up, but man, you gotta watch who you become friends with, man. Wow, bro.
Okay, so part 4. Before I get started, I want to say thank you guys so much. So many prayers, thoughts and positivity. I just really thank you guys. It means so much to me. I never thought like I'll be able to say this stuff publicly like this. Again, this is something I never told anybody. Like, I see it's slowly reaching people from the city I'm in, and people are messaging me like, I never knew that happened to you. Like, I never knew this happened to you. I never knew all this stuff happened to you or whatever. It's because I don't carry myself like that. That's just not how I was raised. My mom was such this positive person, and then she always had like these little things she would say, like, don't let one bad morning ruin your whole day, and be kind to others. You never know what anybody's going through, and things like that. She was just super positive, and she poured that into me. So that's just how I navigate my life. I have my moments to where I just am out of it. Like, I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like being bothered. Like, I have my moments just like everybody else, especially dealing with this, but I do not project that to anybody or anything. That's just not me. That's just not how I was raised. And again, like I stated in the previous video, even with all that I've been through, I'm not taking that out on my son. I'm not going to strip my son of his childhood and getting to know people, he can't play with the neighbors. I stay in a beautiful, nice neighborhood, and I'm not going to punish him for that. So going back to the day of, and it didn't even click to me. My best friend, I've been knowing my guy best friend for 10 plus years. He did not know all this stuff, and he had called me once he watched my videos and everything, and he pointed out a fact. This guy, Alvin, said he had the gun on him because my mom approached him the night before and said my brothers and my brother's homies was going to jump him. Lies. My brother is a square. He lives a straight life. None of that stuff. But like my best friend pointed out, if that was the truth, and you had that gun on you for self-defense, why did you pull the trigger if none of that stuff happened? You were fearing for your life. You had the gun on you allegedly because you were told that by my mom that somebody's going to come jump you, right? You didn't get jumped. This is a girl fight. The boiling hot water was enough. Enough. Shit could have ended right there. That was bad enough. But you took it a step further and you literally wanted to kill us all. His intentions was to kill. Again, nothing in that screams self-defense. The boiling hot water gave them the one up. I'm not talking about sink hot water. I seen the steam. This was, and I'm gonna keep saying this, premeditated. What psychotic person, what person in their right mind would think I'm going to pour scorching hot, boiling hot water on this lady and beat her with a pot? That's some psychotic shit, right? So yeah, let him tell it. The reason why he had the gun on him was because I was fearing for my life. She approached me the night before saying that her son and his homies were gonna come jump me. But this all took place around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You didn't see nobody there. You seen a woman and her 2 kids. Oh, yeah, that didn't even register to me up until literally yesterday when I was on the phone talking to my best friend about that. I was like, yeah, that is true. But yeah, when you go through so much stuff a lot of shit, it doesn't click. Like I said, it's just too much to unpack, and that's not really something I even considered up until I was telling him exactly in detail and all that what happened. But fast forward to the court case. Again, the girlfriend Laura, she was not charged with anything, not for the boiling hot water, not anything. She's still currently free, harassing people. And actually, I received a message today. I'm not gonna even say who it was from, but it was from somebody that's in the same city as us, saying that lady, like I said before, she goes around saying that, and she actually carries a gun in her purse. The person told me it is the gun that allegedly killed my mom. I don't think that's true, because let the detectives tell it. They collected all the guns, but how sloppy Fresno PD was, there really is no telling what she has on her, honestly. But the person told me she does carry a gun in her purse. So there's that. But yeah, to the court case, it was, I had to take the stand twice. It was a mistrial. I think the jury, they said the jury did not come to a decision, so we had to try him again. He tried pleading insanity and all that, whatever. Eventually, he did get sentenced. I don't know the exact amount of time. I always say 60 plus years to life. But I see a few people in the comments, they looked up his charge and they're saying 83 years to life. Again, it's one of those things to where I just know he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. He did try to file an appeal. The appeal got denied. But just like I had told the DA when they had called me, I was just like, this man literally shot and killed a woman and tried to kill her 2 kids. And crazy. You think now that you found God or whatever the case may be, we're supposed to have like some type of sympathy towards you? No. You sit in jail. You sit in jail for the rest of your life, dying there. I don't give a fuck. So Laura, she was banned from attending trial. If I recall correctly, she attended like 1 or 2 dates, and then the attorney did approach us and said she just can't attend anymore for whatever reason. Who knows? But thinking back, when they did sentence him and everyone got to give like their thoughts at the end and stuff like that, just like I had told him, I'm 15. I'm a sophomore in high school, right? My mom missed everything. And we already know how it is being in high school. High school is tough. And I attended that without my mom. Just like I told him, graduation is gone. Prom is gone. She will never be able to see me as an adult. She will never be able to see her grandkids whenever we do have kids. At the time, again, I'm 15. I didn't have any kids. You robbed me. You stripped me away from that. And me and my mom were so close. Like, that was literally my best friend. People often thought we were sisters because my mom, first of all, my mom looked so young. But we were always together. And I'm all like, you robbed me of that. And I still deal with that shit to this day. I got a kid here now. I can't even tell him. He looks at my mom's ashes. Mom, what happened to grandma? I can't sit there and tell my son what happened to his grandma, because he's not going to understand that. And that shit fucks with me so bad. I went through my whole high school year without the one person, my backbone. That's my everything. Just gone. And I never in a million years thought that I would see my mom pass, like, especially how she went out. Like, it's crazy. As I stated before, we were 6 days away from moving. I don't know what my mom felt like. This always gets me. You know how you have to have money orders to move into a place? For whatever reason, instead of putting those money orders to move in her name, my mom put the money orders to move in my brother's name. I did not know this up until we actually moved, and the lady, the manager for the complex, was just like, do you not know your mom put the money orders in your brother's name? She didn't even put them in her name. And we were kind of like, well, why would she do that? That shit still trips me out to this day. And I'm just like, did she feel something was going to happen? Why would you do that? Me as a parent, I would never do that. But those are just answers we would never get. Okay, so part
Okay.
4.
I don't know. I just feel like there's more to the story, but we're gonna look at this. Is her mom? All right, so they copyright me, yeah. But yeah, that's her mom. But I'm definitely gonna check out the documentary, Fear Thy Neighbor. Y'all go check it out too. But I just feel like they had some other stuff going on because I feel like it's just the story is too many missing pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check out the documentary and see if they fill them gaps. You know what I'm saying? But that's a tragic story, man. Nobody want to lose their parents, and especially that way. You know. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about the video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out there, kings and queens. Let's get